And hi again, my name is Dylan Black. It's Friday, and this is Daytime Ottawa, Rogers TV. RAW Ottawa is coming back again this time around. It's called Holiday Rock 2019. We're going to find out more about this very cool evening coming up in moments. But first, one of its awesome exhibitors. His name is Alex Orasuk, and you're a photographer. Good to have you here.
I sure am. Thank you very much, Dylan, for having me. I'm super excited to begin talking about this awesome showcase on December 13th. We're excited.
I know you've got lots of cool photos. We're going to be showing those in moments. You're very unique. How did you get involved in this show?
So it was an interesting kind of story. I had just finished my Montreal gallery. I'd just come back from a very wonderful time showcasing the city of Montreal, and it was actually one of the directors of curation who reached out to me, and he said, "Hey, we're actually having a gallery in Ottawa," and it wasn't too long ago, and he asked me if I wanted to be a part of it. So I took the time to research it, and I saw exactly what they were doing, how they were exhibiting artists and giving us a stage to showcase how we're unique. And immediately I said, you know what, this is fantastic. Of course I want to be a part of it. And ever since then, I haven't looked back, and we're just excited.
Okay, so tell us about your love for photography. How far back do we go?
We're going to go back probably 6 years, basically, to a beach on Prince Edward Island, where I'm from. And my first photo that I took really was a sunrise photo at 5 a.m. And I caught that photo, I looked at it, and that was when I fell in love with photography, and my career kind of kick-started from there.
Okay. There are lots of photographers out there, obviously.
Absolutely.
Your stuff is a bit unique. So how do you differ from other photographers out there?
Yeah, exactly. So the world of photography isn't itself competitive, and you know, we see every day we got Huawei smartphones and all kinds of phones, that iPhone 11 Pro that shoots great photos. So you have to be very unique. And my photography is very street-based. So I like to focus on the people of a city. So the photos that I take and how I take them are designed to feel raw and almost super informal and unposed. Okay. So whenever you're thinking about these photos, for example, the one on the screen, this is the National Art Gallery. Now, a very interesting perspective, but it kind of gives you a good example of this raw element and the people in our city and who are just living their daily life. Now, being in Ottawa, we have the luxury of some unique and beautiful backdrops, and we're very lucky and fortunate to be able to look at Parliament Hill from almost every angle and be amazed every time. But we often forget about the people in the city. For example, this gentleman was on one of the OC Transpo buses, and he's just enjoying a quick snack. It was a donut, and I happened to look at him, and I honestly, I said, that's a great photo, and it really showcases some raw emotion. Now, one thing I say to all my friends and family is the streets are the veins of a city. The streets are literally where the hustle and bustle begins. This is another great example. I'll often approach people after I take their photo, and I offer them a free digital copy. But this gentleman was actually finishing writing a book, and he said, you know what, this is fantastic. Thank you so much for taking this photo. And he wants to put it on the sleeve of his book because he's actually finishing his novel now. He said, this is incredible that you just came out of nowhere, took this photo, and away we go.
And I recognize this area for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, this was an interesting photograph because it was from exactly kind of when I moved into Ottawa. And this was my first encounter with the staircase here that they do every year. It seems to change. And it's almost an art installation. But this is a shot I love, the symmetry, and it really, you know, the people that are there, everyone's moving in the same direction. The lighting was fantastic. I loved that shot. This is more of one that's very recent, the Byward Market, of course, the hub of the weekends, or where I spend the hub of my weekend, I would say. So you grab a beaver tail. This gentleman here, again, just really what I like to say, hanging out, enjoying a beautiful day. He, of course, has his Tim Hortons coffee, a nice cold winter shot, and that was the
Canadiana.
first. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
And then another shot, the Chateau Lafayette, what I would say is definitely one of the most recognized pubs in the area. It's been around for so long, and I've been there a few times, and it's a great, great place to go. And then, of course, to finish off, when I talk about the streets, of course, you can't not take a great photo of Parliament Hill. It just, in every direction that you look, it's beautiful. And this one, I get a lot of feedback. People say that it looks like it's from Scotland or England because the street vibe is so unique.
I find that your images really pop as well. They really just come to life.
Yeah,
and
well,
they're still shots. Let's talk about the equipment that you brought as well.
Sure.
So, is it pretty fancy stuff to take these shots? Because they look pretty good.
Yeah. So, I mean, it definitely is. Now, photography, any photographer that you talk to will tell you that there's definitely an investment into good gear. But what a lot of people don't say is that it's more of an investment in the glass. The lenses that a photographer uses, those are what we rely on most. But I have two of my main cameras here. Now, this is the Canon 6D. This camera I've had ever since the beginning. I have shot almost everything on this photo. Any galleries I do, or any events, anything like that, this is my go-to guy. It takes fantastic images, very, very good in low light. So the shot of Parliament that you just saw, it was in the evening, it was quite dark, but this camera allows me to really open up an aperture, long exposures, and helps me with that. The second one that I brought in is the Canon SL2, and before the show I was commenting, I was saying this is my run and gun camera. I have a mic on it right now, but I'll take that off. It's quite small. I mean, if you want to hold it, it's very, very, very tiny.
Very light as well.
Super light. Easy to go in a backpack. And if you're out there, you're thinking about, you have a grandson or you have a son who's looking for a camera to start out, this is the one to go to because it's so light, compact, small, and gets the job done. You can take great photos with this. A couple of them from the screen were taken with this before.
With about a minute left, I definitely want to talk about the RAW Ottawa coming to St. Bridget's. Please tell us exactly what people can expect.
Yeah, absolutely. So the show is going to be absolutely incredible. We have artists from all aspects of the visual art scene, from music, stage performance, fashion. I know there's a fashion line that's going to actually be released at the event. Photographers like myself, visual artists again, video, everything. So it's going to be your one-stop, one night of everything to do with art, and it's such a cool environment. You do not want to miss it.
Yeah, you'll be taking photos, I guess, the whole night, or what?
Well, no, I'm actually going to be displaying most of my Montreal and Ottawa galleries. So a lot of the stuff that I didn't want to show today will be first seen in print at the gallery, so I'm excited about that.
Do you take your cameras with you everywhere?
Yes. Usually it's this big guy that comes with me, again, literally everywhere. A good and true photographer will have a camera with him 24/7.
Alex, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Wiggles, the therapy rapid, joins us next on Daytime.